Hello everyone, this is the current reading of Surat Rum. It says غلبت Rum. It means that the Romans were defeated. Now, at what year were the Romans defeated? Romans were defeated in 613 AD. At this time, Prophet Muhammad is 43 years old. We know he started his mission when he was 40 years old. So this is 3 years into Islam, right at the beginning of it. And then it says in the nearest of land, but they, the Romans, after their defeat, will overcome. What victory is the translation talking about? It's talking about the victory of the Romans against the Persian. So what year this did victory happen at? It happened in 628 AD. So Prophet Muhammad at this time is 58 years old. Then it says fi bid sanin. Then it says fi bid sanin. Bid sanin in Arabic means 3 to 9 years. So 3 to 9 years means bid sanin. Now, if it had said bid ashr sanin, it would have mean 13 to 19 years. But it doesn't say that. What does it say again? One more time. It says bid sanin. But there's a huge problem. The problem is that 628 minus 613 equals 15. And 15 does not match bid sanin. I told you bid sanin means 3 to 9 years. The difference in time between this victory and defeat is 15 years. So the verse should have said bid ashr sanin. And in that case, yes, that would have been right. That would have been correct. But that's not the case. So that the verse itself, the mathematic, a simple mathematical equation, tells us that this verse is not, and I repeat, is not talking about the Romans and the Persians at all. The other reason is that whatever this is, this word is, and let's call it X, it has to be the exact same word here. So these two have to be the exact same words. And I explained that in my previous video. I put the link down there in the description. Go and watch it. I explained that in details. Whereas that's not the case. Here it's غلبت. غلبت means defeat. غلبهم. غلب means their victory. Now here they have done a tahrif in the translation. They have translated it as defeat. That's tahrif. That is not correct. غلب means a victory. Let me show it to you in the dictionary. Here's Arabic dictionary, just so you know. غلب means conquering, defeating, surmounting, overcoming, basically becoming victorious, victory. So this word here, it says, but they after their victory, not defeat. من بعد غلبهم. So if this means victory, this has to be victory as well. Why? Because the Romans did something. The Romans became victorious. Now, after their victory, what happens to them? They become defeated. And I have explained that in details in the previous video. So that's the first reason. The second reason obviously was the years. It doesn't match. Bid sanin is 3 to 9 years. What people are talking about, what translators are talking about, they're talking about a period of victory and defeat that was actually 15 years. Not 3 to 9 years. And in Arabic, that's not how it means. You can't say bid sanin for that. You have to say bid ashr sanin. Now, the third reason, and a very important reason, is that our Creator says, يَوْمَئِذٍ يَفْرَحُ الْمُؤْمِنُونَ. It means on that day, the believers will rejoice, and you have to remove this. This did not exist before. They will rejoice in the victory of Allah. So it says يَوْمَئِذٍ يَفْرَحُ الْمُؤْمِنُونَ بِنَصْرِ اللَّهِ. So the believers will be rejoicing in Allah, supporting them, supporting the true believers, so that the true believers become victorious. So this is not talking about Romans defeating Persians or Persians defeating Romans. It's talking about the army of the Lord, the army of the true believers, defeating the disbelievers through the help of our creator Yahweh or Allah. Okay, let me very quickly show you Beth. Beth in Arabic means from 4 to 9. And it could mean from 13 to 19. However, if you do that, you have to add an ashar. For example, bid'ata ashara rajulan. It means from 13 to 19. Or bid'a ashratan imra'atan means from 13 to 19. But if you don't have that in the middle, that ashara in the middle like you do here, it only and only means 3 to 9. So for example, bid rejal means from 3 to 9 men. Bid nesva here means from 3 to 9 women. And this is the Quranic dictionary. Again, bid means from bid nesva means from 3 to 9 women. Bid'at Rijal means from 3 to 9 men. And what does Bid'a means? From 3 to 9. In fact, it actually gives us the exact same Bid'a Sanin. The exact same word, Bid'a Sanin. What does that mean? From 3 to 9 years. So please educate yourself. Please do research. Why would you rent out your mental faculty to other people that you never met, you don't know, and you just follow them blindly? So let's look at the dates together very quickly. Prophet Muhammad was born 570 CE, passed away in 632 AH. Migration to Medina was at 622. The conquest of the true Mecca, the key is that you know the true Mecca is actually in Petra, Jordan. It's not talking about Mecca, Saudi Arabia. It's talking about Petra, Jordan. That happened in 629. That was 1 year after Romans defeated the Persian and took control of the Holy Land, what is known today as Israel and Jordan. Now, the Roman-Persian wars that people are talking about, this is a series of wars that happened from 53 BC to 628 AD. The last series lasted up to 628 AD. And the battle that you're talking about is the Battle of Antioch. In the Battle of Antioch, Persians became victorious, defeated the Romans. It happened in 613 AD, and this is 3 years after Islam. Prophet Muhammad is how many years old here? He is 43 years old. This is 3 years after Islam. And now you should understand very well who Salman the Persian is. Why Salman the Persian suddenly comes into the equation. Salman the Persian was a military general from the Persian army, but they conquered the Holy Land, what is known today as Jordan and Israel. So at this point, they're controlling that area. Now he gets to know Prophet Muhammad because he's coming over there and seeing this prophet that is preaching the word of Allah, the word of Yahweh to everyone and group of Muslims. So he gets infatuated by it and he believes in it and he starts helping them. This is why the Persians are there. Now, Roman victory over Persians happened at 628. Prophet Muhammad at this point is 58 years old. This is 4 years before Prophet Muhammad passes. So we know for sure, 100%, no doubt, that Surat Rum was revealed at 628. This is the time where the Persians were defeated and the Romans became victorious. Ghalabat Rum. It means the Rome became victorious at 628, and the chapter in the Quran is revealed right after that happened. So at 628, Surat Rum is revealed. However, the verse, the Quran, Surat Rum promises the believers, the army of the Lord, the community of the true believers at that time, Allah is going to support them and help them against the Romans. The Romans are going to be defeated. And that happens. Starting 629, the true believers conquer Mecca very peacefully. They don't engage in any sort of a war. But in 634 up to 637, and the Romans get defeated back to back. And the famous battle of Yarmouk happens in 636 when the army of the Lord, through miraculous intervention, defeats a much bigger, 10 times bigger army of the Romans, much better equipped army of the Romans. And at this point, the true believers take full control of the Holy Land and the Levant, or what we call as Sham. So let's look at the math one more time. Believers' victory against the Romans happened in a span of 8 to 6 years. How many years? 6 to 8 years. Does it match Beth Asenin? Beth Asenin means 3 to 9 years. Absolutely. It's right within that range. So Beth Asenin, done. We know this is a perfect fit. Now, Romans' victory against Persians, 628 to 613. How many years? 15 years. Does it match Beth Asenin? Does it? You should know the answer. No, it doesn't match. So it's not talking about this at all. It's talking about the army of the believers defeating the infidel, disbelieving Romans back then in Beth Asenin. Is 3 to 9 years. So this is the original reading with the original vowels or Arab of this chapter of the Quran, which the Mushrikun, after the Prophet, changed. It says, Ghalabat Rum. It means the Romans became victorious in the nearest of land, and the Romans, after their victory, من بعد غلبهم, after their victory, سيغلبون. It means they will be defeated. By who? By the army of the Lord, by the true Muslims. In how many years? This will happen في بدء سنين, in 3 to 9 years. It's a very close promise. Allah is promising them that this will happen very soon. And then it says, لله الأمر من قبل ومن بعد. All the affairs are in Allah's hand. And يومئذ, on that day, when the believers become victorious, يفرح المؤمنون بنصر الله. The true believers will rejoice, will be very happy in the victory of Allah. Basically, they will be rejoicing in Allah's victory because they're going to be defeating the strongest army of the world. We just defeated the Persian army. So this is the strongest army in the world, and the believers will defeat this army by Allah's help. غلبت الروم في أدنى الأرض وهم من بعد غلبهم سيغلبون في بضع سنين لله الأمر من قبل ومن بعد ويومئذ يفرح المؤمنون بنصر الله ينصر من يشاء وهو العزيز الرحيم. Understanding the Quran has nothing to do with being smart or not being smart. Understanding the Quran has got everything to do with you taking the time and doing the research, putting in the time and asking your Creator for guidance, and He will guide you. If you want to look for the truth, the only one who can help you with finding the truth is Allah, Yahweh, our Creator, the one who created the heavens and the earth. Peace and blessings to all of you.